All right, so I did my informative speech over how the Second Amendment affects America. I'll talk about the amount of deaths that take place in America because of firearms in the U.S. I'll also talk about the amount of guns produced and are in the U.S. Gun-related deaths rose in the U.S. by like 20% from 1999 to 2017. This could have a direct correlation to how many guns the manufacturers of these guns produced in like that certain year, and how over time, since like the decades and stuff, like guns have become more of a prominent thing. Like back then, Civil War days, you didn't have new guns, like it wasn't that much of a problem, but now it's a mass production, and basically everybody in America has some sort of firearm or protection. So there was a study done, and out of the 10 companies that were studied, 8 million firearms were produced out of them just in the year of 2017. So, I mean, you can speculate and guess how many more guns are out there just from recent years, because that was only year 2017. American civilians, out of the 857 million firearms in the world today, which is a rough estimate, Americans own 393 guns, which is, I mean, almost half of all the guns in the world today. So, I mean, if you really want to think about it, this is probably why most of the wars that America's ever been involved with have always been overseas. You see wars in like Iraq and Iran and Russia, I mean, plenty of other countries. They all have wars and turmoil within their country, but you look at the US through all of time, and there's never been a war besides it just being Americans. There's never been a war inside of the US. Everybody doesn't really want to go to the US to try to mess with us, because they know that in every household there's at least like 4 or 5 guns, maybe, depending on the person. But I mean, that's one big thing that America has for it. There's also different types of groups that guns can affect. So, for instance, racially white of Hispanic descent saw a decrease in gun violence, while white, Hispanic, African American saw an increase in gun violence, which is just a study that was made. Some of these